Get that popcorn ready. A new episode of Recognized Maine starts right now on RecognizedRap.com. We got Scarfo St. Laurent checking in, Amoh in the house as well, and we got info on a very special concert coming up in just a few days featuring Wazo David, Wazo Zaya Universe, and a special guest. I'll let you know the location and the time and the date of that concert at the very end of this episode. And by the way, before we get going here, salute to Nat the Genius for supplying that intro music you all just heard. Today though, Scarfo St. Laurent is in the house. If you don't know Scarfo, man, he's a super talented rapper out of the Riverton, Portland neighborhood. And every track you hear by Scarfo, you should expect something different because it's never the same flow. It's always a different flavor. So the first thing I asked Scarfo was, where you get all these flows from?
I like to be a creative artist. So I don't want to stick to one lane, you know what I mean? I try to adapt as much as I can, you know what I mean? Because you know how it is, 2018 rap culture is changing, everything's changing, so I try to keep up to date, try to keep it, you know what I mean, as real as possible with my lifestyle, everything that's happening.
So as far as does Scarfo freestyle his verses, does he write them down and then lay them down in the studio? He talks about that right here.
Some shit is written and some shit I just feel on the beat too, you know what I mean? It's a strictly vibe thing, so however the vibe I'm feeling that day, I just let out what I'm feeling, you know? So some songs is literally off top, you know what I mean? Some songs is strictly vibe, like literally I don't have a lot of shit written.
And we got plenty of more questions to come here for Scarfo today. But he mentioned strictly vibe, and that's what this track is right here. It's a new unreleased track from Scarfo called Stars. And this is one of the many different flows he's got going right now. Take a listen.
Shawty tryna live with me. Hey, do you wanna slide with me? Hey, tryna get rich with me? I say you really tryna die with me. Hey, I be rocking Gucci and Prada. She like Scarfo, can you cuff? I'm like nada. Hey, I only really fuck her for the water, and she only fuck with me for the water. Hey, she like just Scarfo, stop playing these games. I'm about the money, yeah, fuck all the fame. I ain't not titty boy, but hey, I got 2 chains, I'll never change. Hey, she can make money, I'm like, show me. Yeah, I be showing like I'm Kobe. Hit him with the left like Ginobili. All these niggas talking, they don't know me. Hey, they like, Scarfo, what you sippin'? Hey, I'm like, damn, little hoe, you trippin'. I got the 40 and I'm grippin'.
You might have heard that ad-lib, that's that Scarfo grunt that you can expect to hear in all of his tracks, no matter what the flow is. So I asked him, where'd that grunt come from? And he said, well, I got that from Chicago.
To be honest, I would say I'm influenced most like with that Chicago type, hard type lyrics, because I can sort of relate with them. I visited Chicago recently, you know what I mean? I visited in the summer. It was really nice. Southside Chicago gave me a good aspect on how life really is in Maine, and compared to Maine, because I grew up in Maine, you know what I mean? Maine is the only lifestyle that I know. So in order for me to adapt and understand the culture, I had to actually go out there, see it, experience it. And those guys have a big influence on me. So yeah, so I could say that I kind of rap like everybody out there, but like you gotta kind of have your signature flow too, you know what I mean? So I add that little spice for myself, you know what I mean?
And that's super cool to see that he's influenced and inspired by Chicago, because those guys, I remember, what was it, 2011, 2012, when everyone was coming up and they're just 16, 15 years old even. It's just super inspiring to see. So whether you're a rapper, a journalist, a videographer, a producer, I feel like anyone can be influenced and inspired by Chicago. And even to this day, I mean, I listen to a lot of local rap, but if I'm not listening to local artists, I got Chief Keef and Lil Durk in my headphones. So Scarfo, he mentioned he went to Chicago. He also went to California recently. So I asked him, if you had the chance, would you relocate to California?
That lifestyle, you know what I mean? I love that lifestyle. The good weather, everything like that. I love it, you know what I mean? I love to take niggas out there, chill. I want to spread my music out, broadcast everything, put 207 on the map. We on the come up. Maine cannot be slept on. You know what I mean? Real talk, we gotta put Maine on the map. If there's any place I love with my heart, where my heart's at, it's Maine, Portland, Maine, 207. That's where I'm from. That's where I'm always gonna rep. I always gotta represent where I'm from. But I know that there's opportunities everywhere, so we gotta keep it moving. We gotta broadcast everything.
Man, Scarfo is super loyal to Maine. No matter where he goes, he's gonna stay representing Portland, Maine. No matter where, no matter how far he goes, he's always gonna keep that in the back of his mind, and that's super dope to see. So one of Scarfo's most popular tracks, he's got one with Frank Banks. It's called "Juggin' on My Own." Right now, it's at 47,000 plays, and it's going up each day. And I got a feeling that this is, the first of many songs that are going to blow up on SoundCloud for Scarfo. So I asked him, what's the local support been like for that track especially?
I do the rap thing because I love it, but the support also made me love it more. You know what I mean? The 47,000, I didn't even care. If that song got 1,000 plays, 500 plays, I really wouldn't even care, to be honest. But I was fortunate and I was blessed enough to get 47,000 plays. And I'm just trying to keep working, keep playing, keep broadcasting, because I know that I got the potential, you know what I mean? I feel as though I got the support system. I don't know what it is, but God is allowing me to do this, get these plays, get these likes, get the support, and I just got to keep riding my wave.
And one of Scarfo's biggest supporters is Gatsby Gambino, the rapper currently locked up right now, from Portland, Maine. I spoke to Gatsby just a few episodes ago, and when I was on the telephone with him, he told me, man, make sure you interview Scarfo, because out of everyone in Portland right now, I got my money on Scarfo. He's just unique, he's different, and I think he can take Maine a long way. So those are words from Gatsby Gambino himself. So I asked Scarfo, what does that mean to him, having the support of someone like Gatsby Gambino?
Yo, if there's anybody that's seen potential in me, it's Gatsby, bro, from the jump. He always seen potential in me, but I never took shit as serious as him, you know what I mean? I'm learning from him each day, Gatsby, that's my big bro. Real talk, you know what I mean? He tells me keep going, and I would always take it as, light work. I would always take it as, yeah, you're right, something light, but now I'm taking it serious, you know what I mean? I gotta put on for my niggas, I gotta put on for my team, everybody that's locked up. This rap shit is serious, you know what I mean? If we gonna make it out, if somebody's gonna make it out, if I'm gonna make it out, I'm gonna put on for the team regardless, you know what I mean? If Gatsby's gonna make it out, he gonna put on for the team regardless.
And lastly, Scarfo just has a special message for all the local artists on the come up right now from Maine.
Everybody that's rapping in Maine, everybody that's making music, regardless, keep following your passion, keep following your dreams. You gonna make it, and if you don't make it, keep trying. It doesn't matter. Fuck what everybody says. Fuck all the negativity. Keep a positive mindset, because that's what I'm doing too. I don't give a fuck what everybody says. I'm gonna keep bringing music out because of my passion. I don't care if I make it or not. Just support me if you can. If you don't support me, that's fine.
Get with it or get lost. That's Scarfo right there. And finally, he just wanted me to say rest in peace Sosa, and rest in peace Dubs as well, his two good friends who passed away. So now we're going to switch gears to get in this Amoh interview. But before we even do that, I got to play you guys a preview of one of Amoh's unreleased tracks, just so you get an idea of how talented he is.
It's on my mind, it's on my mind, it's on my mind. Hey, and I know I need to fuck it up, go ahead and really go get some more. Hey, but I want Gucci bags, I want a Gucci lows. Hey, niggas can copy me, but they can never ask about the flow. Hey, no, see that is some shit I don't like, and I cannot really condone that. I had to tell them I'm all that. I had to pull up and flex on these niggas, but I ain't be wearing a ball cap, nigga. They all noticed me last year, they notice now. I was a really quiet nigga, now I make all the sound. No, tell that he keep him a 38K, it be on the sideway. Niggas step too close to me, birdie flip him like a pie, man.
You probably notice how Amoh has like the perfect rapping voice. I mean, at least I think so. Like, that thing is crystal clear and just is so ideal for rapping and singing and all that. So I asked him, did you always know you had such a good voice for rapping, or is that something you kind of discovered over time? And he told me, well, I always knew I could sing, but rapping was something my brother got me into.
I always knew I could sing. I never knew I could really rap though. Like, I started rapping when I followed in my older brother's footsteps. I kind of learned from him. I saw him trying to do it, so I tried to do the same thing. It was one of those things, and when I picked it up, it was a lot different than when he picked it up. Like, I really fell into it. I didn't even start off writing my own music, so like he had to write it for me. And then as time grew and I kept working at it, years passed, me and my homie Prez linking up, trying to get that sound right. It turned into something better than I could even imagine,
So if you know Amoh and you follow him on Instagram and Twitter, you probably realize that he does not post much. So I asked him, why is he so quiet on social media, and does he socialize much at all? Does he party much? Does he go out, or does he just, strictly grind in the studio?
I mean, you catch me at a party here or there. Like, people know that. People know me. Like, I pop up from time to time, but you don't catch me out there like that. That's not what I'm focused on. Like, you feel me? I did all that shit when I was younger, when I had the chance, and now it's like I'm really trying to focus. Like, I've been doing this shit for years, so now it's just like it's second nature. Like, I don't need to pop up at a party to go and have fun. You feel me? I have fun in the stew. I have fun chilling with my bros. So, like, that's what we do, man.
So just because he's not, posting on Instagram, that doesn't mean he's not working, so keep that in mind. And one of the places Amoh went recently, well, he went two places. He went down to Atlanta, worked on some music, and Boston as well, and he talks about those experiences here.
I took a couple trips recently. I went out to ATL, and I got to work with some really cool people. I got to work with Gucci's engineer when Gucci's out in ATL, messing around, like, that's who he goes to. That's who he works with. Like, people like Migos, they fuck with these people, you feel me? And I got the chance to go and work with them for a couple sessions and kind of figure out what their mindset is like. And it kind of gave me a whole new twist on music. Like, I don't need to try and sound like anybody. I just need to do me and put in that work. And then before I went to ATL, I went to Boston, and I got to link up with some people out there. And just same thing, just try and figure it all out, man. And I got a chance to really step out of my comfort zone. That's the first time I've ever really stepped out of this state and got to work with a different crowd of people.
So Atlanta, that would be a cool spot to relocate to. Boston as well, but Amoh told me that right now he sees Tampa Bay, Florida as the spot. If he does relocate, that's where he would go. But he wouldn't go there alone, though. He would go down there with King Prez, because I interviewed King Prez a few episodes ago, the producer from Cumberland, Maine, and he told me he made a bunch of connections down there in Tampa, working with artists down there. So that's the move Amoh's trying to make right now as well.
I've been talking to him about moving down there and getting a place or what have you, and doing our thing there. So if we could really just get in the stew down there and just get in that mindset where we only need to work and worry about that, I think where we could go is just is anywhere at that point, because we'll be ahead of these people, the people that would rather sleep or go out and party. Like, we're in the stew working.
And that's the truth right there. And lastly, Amoh just speaks on his chemistry with King Prez, because they're good friends and they've known each other for a long time, and their chemistry is just something else.
We chill on a day-to-day basis when he's in state, so if anything, we sit there and make it from scratch at the crib, and we work from there. I'll write the lyrics while he's making the beat, and the beat's not even finished. Like, we vibe like that, and he'll turn and he'll be like, "That shit sound fire." And I'll be like, most of the time, this man's got the sauce, so it's not like I tell him no, because I know what he's got that ear for it, so he knows what he's doing. I don't ever tell him no, because at the end of the day, we just got a vibe where we always when we're together, we work well. And people have probably figured that out by now. We've been working for years.
And there you have it. Amoh, King Prez. Expect new music from both of them coming very soon. And now we got that information I told you about at the beginning of this episode of that upcoming concert coming up featuring Keisha Wazo. It's going down at the Space Gallery Saturday, April 7th at 8:30 p.m. That's when it starts. Tickets are just $10, or if you're a student, only $5. Now, it's going to be unreleased music all night. And not only is there performances from Wazo David and Wazo Zaya Universe, but also we got special guest Dre Armani performing. So don't miss that. Again, that's Saturday, April 7th at 8:30 p.m. at Space Gallery in Portland. And that is a wrap for this episode of Recognize Maine right here on RecognizeRap.com. Thank you all so much for watching. Keep spreading the word on this Recognize Maine series. I love all the supporters. You guys are awesome. And enjoy the weekend.